Alright, welcome back to the Joy of Gay Sex series, ladies and gentlemen, right here on Charlie's Unique YouTube channel. And once again, if you have not checked out any of the other topics right here on this very channel, go back. You might come across a topic that interests you, or that you've been wondering about, or that you've been curious about, or anything like that. Go back on my channel and take a look at those. And be sure to comment, like the video if you did like it. Also, if you have not yet checked out my other YouTube channel, it is under Crossdressing Janice 08, CROSSDRESSINGJANIS 08. Type that in under search on YouTube and all my videos will pop up. That is the channel where I talk about just basically everything, just daily life, stuff like that. So if you want to, check out the channel. Or stay right here on the Joy of Gay Sex channel on Charlie's Edition and listen to all the great topics. Alright, so the next topic I'm going to talk about is types. And yes, there are very, very many different types of gay men out there. Straight couples as well. There's stuff that everybody is into. So, let's read about the types. We often forget that most people have definitely preferred physical type. The African American guy you're so hot for may have turned you down because you're white. Study him a few nights and you'll probably notice he only leaves with other blacks. The cowboy who turned you down probably did so because you're dark and tall. Observe and you will be doubtless. See, he's always got a small, fee-looking blonde in tow. The cultivated Baltimane, with whom you discussed Mark Moore's and Twyla Tharp's latest with such pleasure, more than likely didn't go home with you because he's only turned on by monosymbolic Neanderthal-looking guys with 24-inch necks. Spare yourself grief. Recognize that you are not the universal solvent, no matter how attractive you may be. No one is. Even your assets may work against you. Your perfect features and bulging biceps may intimidate men who feel more comfortable with ordinary looks. Conversely, what you may label your flaws may constitute your chief appeals to others. Your beard grew in bi-colored, black and ginger, which you consider a tragedy, but it may be irresistible to some men, especially to those who like bears. There's another dimension to the subject of type. How do you avoid being typecast? Sexual proclivity is seldom confirmed to appearance. A small, cuddly young man may like to dominate others in bed. A muscular, oversized guy may tire of having his smaller, slimmer tricks demand that he ravish them. A slender Asian may not always want to play the shy geisha. A man in his 60s may not like to play daddy all the time. If you find yourself trapped by other stereotypes about you, the best move you can make is to state your desires explicitly. On the other hand, you've got to be willing to stop dressing and behaving in a way that arouses stereotypical, and in your case, false, expectations. If you look like a cute kid and dress the part, you may succeed in getting a lot of attention. If you depart from this look, you may be less popular. No matter, what's the use of awkwarding desire in others if it's the wrong desire? Gather your courage and butch up your act to make it true to your sexual personality. Even if you are less of a hit on the streets or in the bars, it's more likely that you'll meet the exact cute kid you want and whom everyone used to think you were. Another aspect of types is that they can get in the way of beginning new relationships. You may only want to go short, stocky Mediterranean guys with dark Sirilago eyes, but now find yourself you've met a lanky, blue-eyed wasp who won't leave you alone and who seems strangely more simpatico and even attractive than your usual type. You have to break your rigid type mold to find out if this man is a potentially romance, maybe life mate. Your sexual repertoire may enlarge if you date out on your type. That would make a positive change in your life. Combining sexual and social versatility opens us up to more intimate relationships. Then there's the question of race. Even the most intelligent and liberal among us harbor unconscious fears and hatreds, which may have been in years in the making by those around us stupider and more bigoted. These can strongly influence our selection of sex partners. Be aware and remain open. Try dating someone the exact opposite of your usual type. You could be pleasantly surprised. You might never again have a type. And honestly, that's what a lot of gay guys do. They have their own specific type. They use a big thing, which I'm probably going to get into a lot more on next week's show, which I have gotten into plenty of times on my YouTube channel, is guys who won't date a guy because he's too femme or something like that. That fits in the type, stereotypical stuff, which we'll get into probably on next week's show. So, there you go, guys. There's all kinds of different types. So it goes back to that whole rejection thing. If somebody rejects you, and I'm sure it's not just, it might be because of your personality, but most of the time it's because something they might not find attractive. It doesn't mean that you're like the baddest person on earth. And don't ever feel like towards yourself that you're not attractive or that you can't get someone, because there's plenty of people out there. There's always someone for you. Thank you guys for tuning in to tonight's Joy of Gay Sex series. Also for tuning in to yesterday's Gay Sex series. Once again, people are viewing these shows, are viewing the different topics, but they are not commenting. So guys, if you really want to express your opinions about these topics, let me know in a comment. I approve all comments, so anything rude or not on topic, I won't approve. But yeah, just let me know what you guys think. Push the like button. Alright, thank you for joining us, or joining me, and I will be back next week for the Joy of Gay Sex series. Alright, you guys, how about that?